You're sitting on the sofa, maybe scrolling through your phone or finally taking a sip of lukewarm coffee, when you feel it, that tingle on the side of your neck. You look over, and there they are, your baby. They aren't crying, they aren't wiggling, they are just staring, and not just a casual glance. We're talking about a deep, unblinking, I know all your secrets kind of stare. It's the kind of gaze that makes you wonder if they've discovered you're the one who actually ate the last of the baby-safe organic puffs. As a parent, these moments can feel a little unnerving. You might wonder, are they judging me? Do I have something on my face? Or are they seeing a past life? Welcome back to Baby's Mind Secrets. Today, we are putting those intense staring contests under the microscope. We're moving beyond the creepy factor and diving into the brilliant, high-speed psychological processing happening behind those tiny pupils. We're going to explain the hardwiring for faces, the emotional GPS system, and what your baby is actually trying to say when they won't look away. By the end of this video, you'll realize that when your baby stares at you, they aren't just looking, they're building a brain. Let's decode the gaze. 1. The face-detecting supercomputer. To understand the why behind the stare, we have to look at the brain's hardware. Humans are social animals, and for a helpless infant, survival depends entirely on their ability to connect with another human being. Because of this, babies are born with a biological short circuit for faces. In the brain, there is a specific region called the Fusiform Face Area, FFA. This is a specialized neural pathway dedicated to one thing and one thing only: recognizing and interpreting human faces. In fact, studies have shown that even newborns babies only a few hours old will track a picture of a human face much longer than they will track a scrambled image or a random object. Why is this? To a baby, your face is the most complex, high contrast, and dynamic toy in the entire universe. The eyes, the dark pupils against the white sclera provide the perfect high contrast target for their developing vision. The mouth, it moves, it changes shape, and it emits interesting sounds. The expressions, you are a living, breathing emotional weather station. When your baby stares at you, they are essentially downloading the blueprint of what it means to be human. They are studying the geometry of your features to build their facial recognition database. This isn't just a stare, it's a high-level data transfer. They are learning to distinguish primary caregiver from stranger and safe from unfamiliar. 2. Social referencing, the emotional GPS. As babies grow a little older around the 6 to 9 month mark, the stare takes on a new psychological purpose. It becomes something called social referencing. Imagine your baby is crawling across the floor and encounters something new, maybe a loud toy or a fluffy cat. What is the first thing they do? They stop and they look at you. They stare at your face with an intensity that says, "How should I feel about this?" In developmental psychology, you are your baby's emotional GPS. They are staring at you to read your reaction. If you are smiling and look relaxed, they register, "Okay, the fluffy thing is safe. I can keep exploring." If you look worried or gasp, they register, "Danger, abort mission." This stare is a conversation without words. They are checking in with your nervous system to regulate their own. This is how they begin to navigate the complexities of the world. So when they stare at you during a new situation, they aren't just curious about you, they are using you as a mirror to understand the world around them. This leads us to mirror neurons. These are special cells in the brain that fire both when we perform an action and when we see someone else perform that same action. When your baby stares at you smiling, their mirror neurons are firing as if they were the ones smiling. They are literally feeling your emotions through the power of sight. Now, Before we get into why babies stare at strangers and why it's sometimes incredibly awkward, let's take a quick break. If you've ever lost a staring contest to a 6-month-old who hasn't even mastered the art of not drooling on themselves, you're in the right place. There's something about that unblinking baby gaze that can make even the most confident adult feel like they've forgotten how to blink naturally. If you're enjoying this deep dive into the tiny minds in your house, do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. Our mission here at Baby's Mind Secrets is to take the mystery out of parenting by looking at the science behind the weird stuff babies do. Give this video a like if your baby has ever stared at you so hard you checked your teeth for spinach in the mirror. And tell us in the comments, what's the longest your baby has ever stared at you without blinking? My personal record is 3 minutes, and I'm pretty sure my toddler saw into my future. Let's hear your stories. 3. The aesthetic, stare, and the uncanny valley. Have you ever noticed that your baby doesn't stare at everyone equally? Sometimes they will pick a random person in the grocery store line and just lock on. It can be embarrassing, but there is actually a psychological reason for it. Psychologists have found that babies have a preference for symmetry. In various studies, infants as young as 2 months old were shown photos of different people. They consistently spent more time staring at faces that were more symmetrical. Now, symmetrical is often what our brains categorize as attractive. So if a baby is staring at a stranger, they might literally just be thinking, wow, that's a very aesthetically pleasing arrangement of facial features. However, there's also the uncanny valley, or novelty factor. Babies stare at things that break their mental mold. If someone has big, bushy eyebrows, bright red lipstick, shiny glasses, a very large beard, or a hat they've never seen before, the baby's brain goes into overdrive. They are trying to fit this new weird information into their existing database of what a human looks like. They aren't trying to be rude. They are just trying to solve a visual puzzle. They are asking, is that part of the face? Can I pull it? Does it move? Spoiler alert, if it's a beard, they definitely want to pull it. 4. The still face experiment. Why your response matters. The psychological weight of the stare was famously proven in the 1970s by Dr. Edward Tronick in the still face experiment. In this study, a mother would interact normally with her baby smiling, responding to the baby's stares and cooing. Then she was asked to suddenly make her face completely still and expressionless. The results were heartbreaking, but scientifically profound. The baby would stare intensely, trying to re-engage the mother. When the mother didn't respond, the baby would become visibly distressed, turn away, and eventually break down. This proves that the stare is a search for reciprocity. When your baby stares at you, they are looking for a return on their investment. They want to see that their existence has an impact on you. They stare to ensure the bond is still there, to confirm that you are still tuned in to their frequency. This is the foundation of attachment theory. A baby who stares and receives a warm, responsive gaze back learns that the world is a safe place where their needs are met. This simple act of returning a stare actually lowers the baby's cortisol, stress hormone levels, and boosts their oxytocin, the bonding hormone. So when your baby locks eyes with you, what should you do? How do you handle this behavior to maximize their development? Here are 4 expert-backed steps. Step 1. The mirror and match. When your baby stares at you, don't look away immediately. Meet their gaze and mirror their expression. If they look curious back. If they smile, smile back. This strengthens those mirror neurons and validates their emotional state. It tells them, I see you, and I feel what you feel. Step 2. Narrate the stare. Since they are downloading data, give them some metadata. If they are staring at your eyes, say, "You're looking at my eyes. They are brown, just like yours." By adding language to their visual exploration, you are bridging the gap between visual recognition and verbal communication. Step 3. The joint attention play. If you notice them staring at you and then looking at something else, like a toy, follow their gaze. This is called joint attention. It is a massive cognitive milestone. By looking at what they are looking at, you are showing them that you are partners in exploring the world. Step 4. Respect the turn away. Staring is hard work for a tiny brain. If your baby suddenly looks away, stares at the floor, or rubs their eyes, they're overstimulated. They've reached their data limit for the moment. Respect their break. Don't try to force them to look back at you. Let them process what they've learned in silence. At the end of the day, that intense, unblinking stare is the greatest compliment you can receive. It means you are the most interesting, important, and vital thing in your baby's entire world. They aren't judging you. They aren't seeing ghosts. And they aren't wondering why you're still in your pajamas at 4 p.m. They are simply falling in love with you, one feature at a time. If you found this deep dive into baby psychology helpful, please hit the like button and share it with a new parent who might be feeling a little watched. What's next? Now that you know why they stare at you, you might want to know why they sometimes stare at nothing. Check out our video on the psychology of babies staring at the ceiling right here. Thanks for watching Baby's Mind Secrets. Keep looking, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next one.